Welcome back to Sneaker Impact News. I'm your host, Bryan the Botanist, and today I have a special interview with Elliott Mason, the founder of RunAdic. Elliot is a long time, over 15 years now, friend of mine, training partner, and sometimes racing competitor. I've watched him build the RunAdic brand over the last 8+ years, and I'm excited to share his story with you today. Elliot exemplifies integrity, generosity, passion, friendliness, and knowledge. To see him out on the run, you will always hear him say a loud hi with a friendly wave and smile. It is a very cool app focused, in my opinion, on building communities and promoting health through technology, connection, and support. In Elliot's words, one platform, unlimited run clubs. Welcome, Elliot. How are you?
I'm doing very fine. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. So honored to have you today. And as I said to you before this interview, we're going to have you into our new studio here at Sneaker Impact that we're building today and tomorrow. So this is just the beginning of our conversation. But I wanted to catch up with you about RunAdic. And if you can fill in the Sneaker Impact community on the latest things in the last year that you're proud of with RunAdic and the run clubs you've been building, the events, the athletes, the app.
So in the last 6 months, mainly what we have been working on is geo-localization. What that is, when you open up the RunAdic app, you will see run clubs and runners that are geo-localized and geographically close to you. Think of Google search. When you're looking for something, you just go to Google search and you search for it. Google Maps per se. The same thing RunAdic app has become. So if you're in Boston, preparing for the Boston Marathon, and you want to run with a local run club before the Boston Marathon, you can just open up the RunAdic app and and all of the run clubs in that area will show up, similar to Miami.
Wow. So you're going to be able to search run clubs based on where you are using the app, just opening up the app
and open up the app, and then you can search ahead of time. So let's say you're going to be going to Miami, you can open up the app, put Miami, and it will show you all the run clubs and the people that has the app in Miami. So you can message those clubs or people ahead of time to schedule your run, because when you go to a new city, I don't advise you to just go out and run at the crack of dawn on your own if you don't know where you're running. Though people do it in this day and age, it's becoming less and less safe for you to do things like that.
Yep, I agree. The best practices are to find a run club, support. So what made you start RunAdic? What was your original vision and mission?
Okay, so I get frustrated because when I go to a race, I see thousands of people, sometimes 20,000 people. But whenever I decide to go for my training run, it's like, where is everybody? And then I realized the reason why it was difficult, because it was chaos in the running community. Some people are starting at 5:45, others are starting at 5:50. So even if you're running the same route, if you start 5 minutes different, you might never see that person, depending on the pace also. We came up with a creative idea of, if you have everyone group themselves into run clubs, then you can have people run together. And that's where the idea for RunAdic was born. And this was over 5 years ago, because I actually interviewed you in one of our first interviews when we were doing the app launch. And you actually have one of this shirt also. Did you?
Yes. I watched. Yeah, that's a tropical or a flamingo track. So how old is the RunAdic brand?
6 years old this year. In July of this year, it will be 6 years since.
And we've known each other since what, 2009, 10, I think I met you.
Yes.
And we've been training partners. We have to fill the audience in a little bit. We've done hundreds of training runs together, I would say.
And races.
Dozens of races. We've traded back to back spots. Not so much recently.
You know, I have been racing as much as we did 10 years ago.
But we still run. Like I did a run this morning. How long did you run this morning?
This morning I did 7 miles. I did a progression run. I started out like at 8 minute per mile pace, and I finished at the 5:50 pace.
Okay.
Sub 6
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
I did a 4 mile at 7:30, and that's actually pretty fast for me. But I've got this new neighborhood I live in, which is really fun. And which brings me to my next, brings me back to RunAdic, is I don't really have anyone in my neighborhood yet that I know. I moved in right around the new year, so maybe you can help me. I am in the app. I need to just learn how to use it.
All you have to do is just open up the app. Once
Mhm.
you open up the app, right in front of you on the first page, it will show like the Google pin drop. If you click on
Okay.
that, it will take you to like the same
Okay.
Google search, and then you can search and see which run clubs are in your area.
Okay.
Or you can go to your profile and just click on search and search for people. And it just show you who is close to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I haven't had a chance yet, but I mainly come to your run clubs when I go to the Miami Beach one in the past, and I also go to the one in Brickell on
Yep.
Saturday morning, your long run. Can you tell the audience about how many run clubs you have in Miami or South Florida in general? Approximate some of the locations and times, and you don't have to list everyone, but some of your favorite ones, and how much the community has grown in the last 5 years too, to what size of total community we're talking about.
So to clarify, they are not my run clubs. They're the
Got it.
community run clubs,
Okay.
because the way how it works, different clubs from different communities utilize the RunAdic app to
Okay.
manage their run club and amplify their run club.
So you're yeah.
Yes. So since we're the platform where people go to look for run clubs, then members of the community put their run clubs here so that they can be found. It's
Right.
if you have a business, and pretty much if you're not on like Google, you're never
So
going to be
all the run
found
clubs
because
in
we're the search.
Miami are gonna be on Run Addict and like Project 305, and you've got the
Exactly.
Little
So that they
Havana
can be
Run
found.
Club, and you've got yep,
So it's a
Coconut
place for
Grove
you
Run
to go and
Club.
search for run clubs.
Yep. Okay, got it. So it's not just the Elliott Mason creations, of course. I forgot.
Not at all.
Okay, got it. But Elliott Mason has created a fair amount of interesting clubs. Like I'm thinking about the Tuesday morning in Miami Beach, the LT Barone
Yes.
is one of my favorites where
Yes.
you sunrise on Miami Beach and you
Yep.
run with Dan Martin, who is a lifeguard. And then your
Yes.
Saturday morning one is so how big is the Run Addict community, Elliot, in South
Right
Florida?
now we have 5,000 users on the mobile application. So it's growing,
Is
and
that in the US or is that in Florida?
worldwide,
Okay.
majority of our users are in South Florida, Miami, to be exact, since this is where we started. We are growing at a rapid pace since the year began, and we have users that are onboarding their clubs and themselves on the RunAdic app like daily in
Wow.
different areas of the world,
Okay.
like Mexico, Puerto Rico, like the Latin America community is really catching on to this and picking up.
Awesome. So I know you only have a couple more minutes and we're going to pick this conversation up another day, but I wanted to ask you what some of your favorite events have been and some of your favorite memories with Run Addict and what you're most excited about, but some of your favorite memories and things. I know you've worked with some special athletes and you've done some
Mhm.
special events. You've had some big partners from
Mhm.
champs, and you could probably name other ones. In your Lululemon recently named you as one of their ambassadors. We didn't even talk about your college career or the
I
fact
know.
that you ran at FIU and that also you are a coach, a high school coach right now, similar to myself.
I
So
know.
we will talk more about those topics later, but tell us about some of your favorite memories in your last minute or two and what excites you about Run Addict.
Okay, so some of my favorite memories so far of RunAdic and the events and the community runs that we have done is like the cool preview run. That was a hit simply because we brought the community together that was going to do the Miami Marathon, and we did a course preview run, and we try our best to mimic the race. So that way on race day, the community will be very aware of what to expect on race day so they can be better prepared. So that's
That was for
memory
the
number
Miami
one.
Marathon this year?
The Miami Marathon
You
that
did the
just
course.
passed
You
by.
did the preview of the half marathon?
We did 1 week, we did the preview of the first half of the marathon. And then the second week, we did the second half of the marathon. So there's a 2-part preview. We did
Cool.
half marathon the first week. And then the second week, we did the second half of the marathon, which was a big hit. We had over almost 200 people from the community participated in those
Wow.
runs. Yes.
I know there's so many other amazing things. And I know your wife, Maria, we want to give Maria Carmen a shout out.
Yes.
She's a dear, awesome woman and
They're my
friend of mine.
co-founder.
What's that?
She's my co-founder
Yes.
of the RunAdic mobile app.
And so it was exciting to have you at the Sneaker Impact headquarters a couple of months ago, and we hope to have you back soon here to catch up
Yes.
more. And Sneaker Impact plans to be at RunAdic events in the future to help the community recycle their shoes. And we will see you guys out there with RunAdic. Make sure to check out their app. Elliot, do you have any final words about how you live sustainably or why? I know that one thing we didn't mention that if you want to maybe, this is something maybe is, I know that you are passionate about cleaning up, plogging, and also the bay. I saw in your videos you hiring a diver to pull junk out of Biscayne Bay, like shopping carts and other. Can you tell us a little bit about why the environment, the world, the planet, the people, the community, our city is so important to you?
Yes, because most people think they need a bunch of things to be happy and live healthy. What they don't realize, all the tools that they need, they already have. They just have to utilize what they already have and happiness will come. So I live in a beautiful city and I just try to keep it beautiful so others can enjoy it. So whenever we have the opportunity, we clean the streets that we run on all the day. So that way others can enjoy what we enjoy. And also, if they see us doing it, they realize we're setting an example and not waiting on our government to basically clean. So most of the time, whenever we start doing any initiative, other people join in and follow, and then it snowballs and become a bigger project.
It's a movement. Yeah, it's an
It's
inspiring
a movement.
Yeah, I
Yes.
saw it on my Instagram. It moved my heart. I'm an environmentalist, and we hadn't even ever talked about that. And it shows how so many people care. Miami can get a negative reputation sometimes because it's such a big city, but there's so many people here who care and are doing the right thing. So I'm so glad to highlight you today, Elliot. Thank you for your time, and
My
we'll catch
pleasure.
up again soon. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a wonderful rest of
All
your
right,
day.
keep running. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
We forgot to mention the links of how to follow Elliot, stay in touch, and learn more about RunAdic and become part of the community. So the easiest way is to go to the App Store on your iOS or Android phone and search RunAdic, RUNADIC, and download. Elliot also has his website, runadic.com, and he's on all social media platforms at RunAdic.